Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I'm Samuel, and you're watching my YouTube channel. So it's now February in 2021 already. It still feels kind of like it's March 2020, but it's not. Things have changed, sort of, and a lot hasn't. I've been having a lot of trouble with the fact that normally you might start the year by making some goals and deciding the kinds of things you want to try to do that year for your business, for your personal life, whatever. Last year, those goals were altered because March happened. And this year is even harder to deal with for me just because we're starting the year in that situation. It's a lot easier to alter goals because the situation has now changed. But because we're now starting with it, I didn't really know what I could do. I don't know when we'll be able to travel again. I don't know when I'll be able to go back to indoor skate parks again. I don't know a lot of things. It can be sort of discouraging to try to form goals in a situation where you might not be able to meet those goals and it might have nothing to do with your efforts. For example, if this continues, it doesn't matter how much I study Japanese, I won't be able to take the exam to have passed the exam and meet that goal. I still need to work on it because otherwise, what else am I going to do? Watch TV all day? Now, the idea of failure in general is a pretty familiar feeling to me. Most of the things I do fail a lot over and over and over again, at least initially. And sometimes they get better and then I can do the thing, and a lot of times I still can't do the thing. Part of what I like about myself is that I don't let this failure discourage me from trying to do the thing, and I don't let that failure discourage me from continuing to do the thing. It took a little while, but I eventually was able to convince myself to approach goals for 2021 in the same way as I approach anything that I do that's going to fail over and over and over again. Maybe I won't get there, but at least I'll be trying to do something, and that'll give me something to feel like I'm working towards, and I won't be quite so miserable this year. I think it's important for us all to remember, especially now in this sort of pandemic situation, even if we don't get to do the things that we want to do now, even if we don't achieve the things we'd like to achieve now, if we continue working towards them, we will eventually be able to do it. Even if it is 2022 or 2023 or something by the time we get to do it. So speaking of goals, I thought this might be the place to share the ones that I did come up with finally. And maybe you all can give your input, give your tips. Maybe you know some things that I don't about these. Or maybe you just want to be encouraging like I try to be to you all. So keep in mind here, I don't have children and my job is a pretty flexible schedule, so I have lots of time to do these sorts of things. That's why I'm on YouTube in the first place. So I have my goals written down by category. In skateboarding, I would like to be able to do transition tricks that I can do, only higher. Right now, most of the transition tricks I know how to do, I can only do on a ramp that's about a meter tall, maybe. And I either get scared or there's enough difference that I fail over and over again to do anything higher. So I would like to do that. And number two, I would like to be able to consistently ollie onto things. Recently I got to where I can sometimes ollie over a stick on the floor or something, and my ollie is actually high enough that I should be able to get onto steps, boxes, and things. But I would like to be able to do that consistently. In Japanese, I am preparing for the JLPT at least N3. It's possible that I won't be able to take the N3 exam this year, in which case I will be aiming for N2, the next higher exam. The JLPT is the National Japanese Language Exam. So this exam is only offered twice a year around the world. You either need to take it in about July or in December. And here in the Netherlands, we can only take it in the summer. Otherwise, you need to travel. And I don't mind traveling because I can just go to Germany or something to take the exam in December. But we have to be able to travel first. Last year, the exams were canceled in most places, and the places where they were not canceled, they had such a limited capacity that I didn't get a chance to even try to sign up. Second goal in Japanese is that I would like to be much better at speaking. You've all seen some of that effort already. I've been working on it. I want to be able to get to where I can talk to people without the awkward freezing and the obvious, I've been studying but I haven't quite got there yet, feel to it. With the yo-yo, I would like to be able to perform a 1-minute freestyle that I'm happy with. Not necessarily for competition purposes, but you'll definitely see it because if I do it, then I will record it and it will be part of a video later. Yo-yo freestyles are kind of interesting. You spend a set amount of time trying to combine tricks and elements in an interesting way, hopefully a way that's not totally boring or already been done before. And ideally it would go along with music or something if you want to be extra cool. But right now all I know how to do are various tricks. Some of those tricks are sort of longer, some of those are shorter, and I would like to try to figure out how I can combine these things in a way that makes a kind of interesting freestyle for at least 1 minute, which sounds like not very much, but it's actually quite a bit, I think. In photography, I would like to take a picture this year that gets posted somewhere other than my own Instagram. Like a picture that someone wants to use in a news article or on their website. I'm not sure exactly what this will be just because I don't know exactly what I'll be able to take pictures of, but maybe this is where I take a nice portrait of somebody and they decide to use it on their website because it looks nice and presentable and professional. Or maybe it's because I take pictures at some event that happens here and the news wants to use those photos, or some news website wants to use those photos. But somewhere that my photos actually get put somewhere that isn't just me showing people that I took a picture. And finally for YouTube here, I would like to grow this subscriber base. I think it's awesome that you all watch these videos, and it makes me happy to see when the views go up after I publish a video. It's really cool to see when people subscribe or when they leave a comment. I know all of you who leave comments and I respond to all of them. It has a lot to do with what I'm trying to just understand with art and creativity and making things for yourself in general. At this point, we're at about 53 subscribers, which is more than I thought I would get, and I'm actually pretty pumped about it. We're crossing over this line where people are subscribing that I don't necessarily know, but have found my videos somehow and decided they like them. And I would like to figure out a little bit how that happens and see if we can do that some more. It's one thing if your friends that pay attention to what you're doing decide to watch your videos, and that's really cool, and if without you all, then I would just not do this anymore because nobody would be watching. But to me, it would also be really interesting if I could get to that point where there's 100 subscribers, maybe even 1,000 subscribers, because that would be way beyond the scope of just people who know me and are friends with me and decided to watch my videos because they knew me, and would cross into just random strangers on the internet deciding they like what I do. If I can get there and if I can figure that out a little bit, maybe that can help me to understand how that works just in general with art and creating things and everything. So maybe you all can help me out there and just tell your friends that I have this channel and that I try to do things and get better at stuff, and I skateboard and I yo-yo and I speak Japanese. Maybe we can get the subscriber number up even further. Along the way, I guess it's customary to do some like special video when you get to certain milestones. So maybe when we get to like 100 subscribers, I'll do a live stream or some sort of giveaway perhaps. I haven't really decided because I didn't really think I would get to 100, but now that we're saying it, maybe I will, and maybe there'll be something cool we can do with that. So I'll let you know as we get closer. So that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you like it. There's definitely some more videos coming. I'm working on some things. Some things are just taking me longer to achieve than I thought they would, so it's going to take a little longer to be able to make a video about it. But thanks for keeping up with me so far, and hopefully you'll subscribe and watch some more so you can see where things go. Bye. Oh, I'm also working on this whole lighting situation. I know a number of you have said something about how I should get some lights or something, and I've got some lights, and we're trying some different things, different camera settings. So let me know what you think. Does this look better than the last one? I don't know. You tell me.